Welcome! Are you learning English? Great! Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learn knowledge. So let's start it. What if the one thing you think is helping you the most in your English journey is actually the one thing holding you back? Today, I'm not going to give you a list of grammar tips or vocabulary hacks. Instead, I want to tell you a story. It's not my story, but it's a story that completely changed how I view language learning. It's the story of a man named Kenji, a brilliant graphic designer from Tokyo, and his biggest mistake. A mistake that almost cost him his dream. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll see a piece of yourself in Kenji's journey. Part 1. The Perfectionist's Prison. Kenji wasn't just learning English, he was trying to conquer it. He was a perfectionist in his design work. Every pixel, every font had to be perfect. And he brought that same mentality to English. His goal wasn't just to be understood. It was to sound flawless. He wanted to sound like a native speaker from day one. He spent hours every day memorizing grammar rules. The past perfect continuous? He knew it. Third conditional? Easy. He had all the best apps and his scores were always near 100%. He would listen to BBC News anchors and mimic their pronunciation for hours in his apartment, alone. On paper, Kenji was the perfect student. But here was the problem. Kenji was terrified of speaking. He would join online chat rooms and just type, never turning on his microphone. When a tourist in Tokyo asked him for directions in English, he would freeze up, point, and quickly walk away, his heart pounding. He had built a beautiful, perfect prison of knowledge in his mind, but he had no key to get out and actually use it. He believed that speaking before he was ready would be embarrassing. His mistake was thinking that perfection had to come before practice. Part 2. The Dream Interview and the Crash. Then the opportunity of a lifetime arrived. A top design studio in London, his absolute dream job, invited him for a video interview. This was it. All his hard work was about to pay off. He prepared for days. He wrote down perfect answers to every possible question. He knew the vocabulary. He knew the grammar. He was ready. The interview started. The manager, a friendly woman named Sarah, smiled and asked a simple, warm-up question. So, Kenji, just tell me a little bit about what drives your passion for design. And in that moment, Kenji froze. His mind wasn't searching for ideas, it was frantically searching for the perfect sentence structure. Should I use the present simple? Or would the present perfect be better here? His internal grammar checker was working overtime, and it paralyzed him. A long, awkward silence stretched. He managed to stammer out a few broken, academic-sounding phrases that sounded nothing like the fluent English he practiced alone. He couldn't connect. He couldn't share the passion that was so obvious in his portfolio. The interview ended politely, but Kenji knew. He had failed. A few days later, the rejection email came. He was crushed. His perfect English had been useless. Part 3. The Epiphany at the Ramen Shop. For weeks, Kenji gave up. He put away his books. What was the point? One evening, feeling lost, he was walking and found himself outside a tiny ramen shop. He saw a tourist, a big guy with a backpack, trying to order. His English was, well, it was bad. The grammar was all wrong, the pronunciation was heavy. But the old shop owner, who also spoke very little English, was completely understanding him. They were using hands, smiles, broken words, and they were connecting. They were laughing. The tourist got exactly what he wanted and the owner made a sale. And that's when it hit Kenji like a bolt of lightning. The goal was never perfection. It was connection. That tourist with his bad English had succeeded where Kenji with his perfect English had failed. He had communicated. Kenji realized his biggest mistake. He had treated English like an object to be perfected, not a tool to be used. Part 4. The New Beginning and the Real Success. That night, Kenji changed his entire approach. He put the grammar books away. He deleted the scoring apps. His new goal was simple. Have one real conversation in English every day, no matter how clumsy. He joined a language exchange group. It was terrifying at first. He made hundreds of mistakes. But this time, instead of cringing, he learned to laugh. He focused on listening, on asking questions, on just being himself. 6 months later, Kenji wasn't a perfect speaker, but he was a confident communicator. His personality, his humor, his passion, it could finally come out. Another opportunity came, a studio in New York. In the interview, when they asked him about his passion, he didn't think about tenses. He told them a story about his grandfather's calligraphy and how it inspired his design. His English wasn't perfect, but his story was. He got the job. Not because his grammar was flawless, but because for the first time they didn't just see his portfolio. They saw him. Conclusion. Kenji's biggest mistake was hiding behind his books, waiting for a day of perfection that would never come. The real progress, the real breakthrough, happened when he embraced imperfection and focused on connection. So I want to ask you, are you a little bit like Kenji? Are you so afraid of making mistakes that you avoid speaking altogether? If you take one thing from this story, let it be this. Your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Your challenge for this week is to follow Kenji's new path. Find one opportunity to speak. Join an online forum and use your voice. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Just let your voice out. Connection, not perfection. If Kenji's story helped you today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories to help you on your journey. And in the comments below, tell me one thing you're afraid of when speaking English. Let's support each other. Thank you for watching, and remember, just connect.